Alright, I saw Kraven the Hunter, so now it's time to talk about it. And, as you may have heard from a lot of sources, it's pretty bad, right? So let's not just talk about how bad it is. Let's just talk about some of the good parts and where it really fell short. And I've got to say, where it fell short was in the decision-making in making this movie. Because they cast Aaron Taylor Johnson, who was a great pick for the role that they wanted to play. He fit the physique and the aesthetic that they were looking for. And personally, I kind of want him as Batman in the DCU because he would kick ass as Batman. Pun intended. If you understood the pun, you should leave a like. But the main issue with this movie is that, much like the rest of the Sonyverse, it's all set up with no payoff. Like, they want to set up this grander without Spider-Man universe, but they don't pay it off within its own movie. So, like, they set up how Kraven is going to be a bigger threat in the future of this Spider universe. But they had already announced that there wasn't going to be any continuation off after this movie. They showed him getting his, like, iconic look at the end of the movie. Because, of course they did. They had no idea what to do. It was so annoying. When I saw that happen, I was very upset. Like, at that point, just ditch the look. Don't make it something that the character earns at the end of the movie. And also, this movie spends way too much time acting like there's some grand twist villain just for the villain to be the most obvious person all along. It's a movie that treats its audience like they're babies who have no object permanence. And it's sad. Because there is potential there. They have potential with the cast. The cast is good. But the material that they are given, my goodness, there are scenes where no matter how hard the actors tried, they could not elevate the words on the script. Because they were just so bland and generic, and it felt like anyone could have said them. And it's underwhelming. It's sad. It's just sad to see, like, There is a universe where this was good. It's not this universe because the movie is messy. It's poorly executed, as in there are sequences where I'm like, why are we covering this? It's one thing if you start off with the origin story, but they started off in the present day and then just decide to have a flashback, but there's no build into the flashback. It just happens. There was a fade to black. Next thing we know, scene says 16 years earlier. But why? It's the biggest issue with this film. It's not coherent. And if you have an easier time understanding Madam Web, which is a literal, like, ad for products, then you don't have a movie. You have a dream. And not one of those fun dreams where you can probably steal ideas from the person who's sleeping. One of those dreams where you wake up the next morning and you're like, oh yeah, I had a dream, but I just don't remember what happened in it. So, needless to say, this is a Hot Pocket hand grenade type of movie. You won't really find enjoyment in this movie, because the action sequences are underwhelming and way too few and far between. And there's a lot of needless, pointless exposition that literally goes nowhere. Because this is the only movie they're going to make in the series. So, it's wasted time. But yeah, certified Hot Pocket hand grenade movie. And that's pretty much all I have to say. If you enjoyed, leave a like. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions on Kraven the Hunter, if you even bothered to see it. Or if you even ever was planning on seeing it. And subscribe if you haven't already. Other than that, I will leave you guys to it.